Um, Hi, this is Nathan. We are continuing my video series where an ad. 1 second. Um, we're continuing the video series into which I review big losses. Um, oh, didn't mean to press that button. Yeah, as I stated, we were reviewing big losses. Last night I was drunk. Which for me as an individual allowed me to have the cognizance to observe what skills I displayed and didn't display. Um, I made a lot of foolish mistakes, and honestly, the alcohol probably wasn't even the result of it. I suck at this game. But that's the point of this video series, is we're just reviewing some pretty bad losses. Um, This streak was fun. I felt like I finally got the hang of the game last night. I played a lot of League last night. Um, right now in life, I'm not playing too much League, but I do still enjoy a couple games. This one is probably worth a review because it's like everything went wrong everywhere. Um, let's check this one real quick for a second though. This one's bad, but that would be not the point. Yeah, I think the Kog'Maw one would be great. Oftentimes I play Kog'Maw mid, and people like to blame the pick. They think, oh, you're an idiot for playing that. Nope, actually, I just suck at the game. um, so yeah, make sure you're being accurate with your shit talk. Okay, this game's really depressing, so we're gonna watch it at 1 speed the whole way through. Just my POV. This game's super depressing. Um, Not only was it really unlucky, but also I just sucked. Um, Diamond Elo, by the way. So, gotta be prepared for me to show you some. It looks like I haven't opened up the game in 3 years. All right. I got some tea. We're gonna go 1 time speed for this whole thing. I like Kog'Maw mid. You take Comet, you take Scorch, and you're a huge lane bully. You can land your E not only on them, but also on the wave, and that's pretty nice. Against picks that are hypermobile like Ahri, it's harder, but in all honesty, you outrange them, so it's like you're not really too much at risk, especially during the laning phase, unless you suck. If you lack principles in this game, then you will die a lot. Now, we're going to see some really bad gameplay. I'm going to have to warn you the 8th time. Um, Look at that, perfect CS. Oh. So, I don't know how I messed up this game so hard, but I just felt like I didn't know Ahri's danger distances enough anymore, and then I just felt like I wasn't reacting in this game. I was just, I don't know, I would walk into her cues like I just did there, thinking that they didn't really matter. And then eventually they started mattering, because you can't do that, especially if you're a immobile, squishy, playing against an assassin who ran electrocute. Like, that's not a good mix of things. Yep, so I take a full trade there. She half healths me. I drop a pot and then watch this shit. Ready? Yes. My favorite. Um, you're only gonna hear like 2 compliments out of me this whole game. But my willingness to burn Ghost made me happy. I think that there were, I think that Ghost was warranted because I fucked up, but I didn't double down and say no Ghost, just I'm gonna die. And I think there's another Ghost that really was okay. The rest of this game, it's like, I don't know, I went like 11 deaths deep, so, you know, be prepared. I feel like I'm dodging towards her Q. That's silly. I know she's in the bush. Watch this. Bam! I know you're in the bush. And I'm gonna play a little game with you. Oh. Instant punishment. Instant regret. Okay. I wonder if my tea is ready yet. No. um. Anyways, thank you for watching this far. I hope you stay the whole video. It's not rewarding to watch this, especially like you, an outsider who didn't play this game. But I mean, like, if you're here for this long, like, thank you for holding my hand through this process as we get better slowly. We remember how to play the game. I'm gonna talk on some concepts of actually like how to play the game during this one. The other ones I've kind of just said, oh, that one had promise, or I liked how I did this. This game I'm actually gonna conceptualize what it means to play League for me, as I feed, as I feed, as I feed. That's kind of my process. Is in order to remember the game, I feed really, really, really hard, and I'm apologetic about it to my teammates. I type in, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." She hit 6. I didn't notice she hit 6 there, which was a shame. But my dude gets the kill. Bank. Yeah, no, I mean, my mentality about this kind of game is I'm sitting in team chat. I'm saying, hey guys, I'm really sorry for my underperformance. This isn't how I want to see me play, but it is how I am playing. So accept that. And sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're really mean about it, because it's League and people are really mean. But hold on, there's a loose wire. Let me put it away. Like the Gragas was being real mean about it. Um, the Twitch was kind of cool this game. He was like, he stated like, I just don't feel affected this game is what he stated. But he wasn't like saying, wow, this sucks and I don't want to live anymore, you know? So kudos to him for being a human. Who knows? Let's press tab. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. So usually I go for a Dorn Ring start. This game I started mana because I memes because I did. Usually I don't start any mana, and I like to really just pummel and damage and be a bully. I'm happy I started mana this game. Ugh, that term pissed me off. I was like, damn, pixel max range. But also at the same time, that just means I have yet to learn the danger range. York runs in there. I'm like, we see the talent on that ward. He really just wanted to fight. Alright, let's talk conceptually about League. Let's not dive in. We're gonna start real slow. The fact that that charm pissed me off when it hit me. Hold on, watch this. I'm a bastard. Boop, got her. The fact that that charm pissed me off when it hit me is both an indicator of where I wanna be and also, yeah, no, it's an indicator of where I want to be. Some people get mad at League and they're like, "That's bullshit." I go, "That's bullshit. I must just not know your danger range." Um, when I was on my Kale arc, which none of you know what that is, my Kale arc is I was disallowed from playing my main character, Yorick, because when I play Yorick during a season that I'm intending to play a lot of League, I usually play about 100 games of Yorick with a 35% win rate. And then all of a sudden, just something clicks up there, and I finish the season at 300 games of Yorick with a 70% win rate. Which is, those numbers are kind of fun and ridiculous. Nice ghost. Look at him go. I burned that ghost to just like keep up tempo, but also I am inting by staying in lane any longer. She has R now, and I am so foolish to have forgotten that. During my Kale arc, the important thing that I was about to say is I looked up all the wikis on all the champions, and I just started running numbers. Like, I'd click on the enemy champion, and I'd run their ability haste number to the point where I knew, like, by the second what their CDs were, not just on their flashes, but, like, Kledar. I was like, oh, I know the cooldown on this. And Kale arc, I inted all the way from Master Elo down to Plat Elo, and then all of a sudden, everything kind of clicked. Sadly, the clicking came from an energy that I don't like, which is spite. I'm not stoked that my energy to start winning came from spite, but nonetheless, I did start winning, and then I was allowed to play Yorick again, which was really cool. But Kale arc helped me work on a lot of fundamentals, because the way I play her, which it probably is not the highest level you've seen, the way I play her is all my eggs in one basket, baby. But I like to play like a bitch in every scenario. I like to play like everyone hates me, but at the same time, I'm like the shadowy mastermind of the game. And you don't get to see that during this game, because this game's a loss. This is a loss review. That charm, same exact place. Oh my gosh. That one, you could see that I was in the range, because I was like this much into it, and it's like, okay, that one's respectable. The first one was like, so, here we are again. I'm able to still farm and like whatever, but I knew her ult wouldn't be up yet. But I forgot that flash was a tool that exists. Like, fully just forgot. Which just means that I'm kind of not taking into account all the pieces that are part of a game. I'm only taking into account some of them. So, in specific, let's talk about fundamentals of the game and how I view them. You have pieces, parts, and moving things. I like to call it Koch's postulate, which is a plant term because I went to plant school, but you could also call it reverse Murphy's law, whatever. But it's anything that can't happen won't happen. So, you're laning against an Ahri. What can't happen against an Ahri? Well, she cannot Pantheon Ahri you. Yeah, duh. But quite legitimately, this is the thought processes that I go through, is I go, what can they physically not do? We just saw Lee Sin recall. He has flash and he has smite. and he has 18 wards at his disposal. He bought 18 wards. How fast can he get across the map? Like, okay. So if he physically cannot invade our blue side because he just recalled and it takes him, even with those 18 wards, it takes him 28 seconds to get to our blue side, then at the 10-second marker, we know that our blue side is safe. Okay. Now, where does this actually start becoming an important thing? Well, during this game, I worked on the very fact that I kept ignoring her Q particulates with my brain. I want to turn dodging a REQ into an autonomic process where I don't have to think about it. Because that's what this game is about, is actively thinking, actively making more choices. League is a game into which your job is to make as many decisions as possible at as many smaller intervals as possible until you reach a flow state. So, for example, when I'm playing my best Yorick, I'm making about, I refer to this as DPS, not damage per second, decisions per second, because I'm a PvE player. Anyways, so I have a lot of DPS, decisions per second. When I'm playing my highest form of Yorick, I would say I make about like 5, 6, or 7 decisions per second. Like just mere clicking back and forth is no longer a decision anymore. Aw, I should have flashed earlier on that one, but I think I still die nonetheless. But saying what you fucked up on, nonetheless, is important. I should have flashed earlier. I should have assessed that situation and believed it to be minimally survivable. Anyways, my York decision per second right now is probably 1.5 to 2, if I'm being gracious. And my best York is about 7 decisions per second, which is, you could believe me or not believe me. You could think that this is flowery language. You could think that I'm just overinflating my sense of what my priorities are in this game. Or you could just say, really? That's interesting. And maybe we'll get a win review eventually out of this, but only when I'm at my highest form. I'm in training arc right now, so I'm not allowed to misrepresent my good ones. Watch this. I'm walking up to the pit. I know that they have a chance to be starting Dragon right now. A high chance. And in my brain, I think Talon could be on the other side of this wall. I think that all the way like 3 seconds prior to getting jumped. And yet, despite having this thought, I don't recognize it, nor do I act on it. And that's concerning. In all walks of somebody's life, let's talk about that philosophically. If you are overeating and your body says, please stop, I'm not doing so well here, but your brain, not even your brain, just physiologically something says, sugar, 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 or I need to feel full, or something like that, you are having a physiological miscommunication. And that's worth taking note of. So in that step, my body and brain, something in me said, you are in danger in this location. And yet I did not react. How beautiful is that? That means I got a long way to go, you know? Like, I like to think of League as like a litmus test towards just general life. I think of everything as a litmus test towards general life. How you do anything is how you do everything. Vice versa. How you do everything is how you do anything. Um, let's continue talking. Um, decisions per second. Let's reel it back in. Um, Reeling that back in right now with my Kog'Maw. Wow, we got to reel it back in really far. I have been working on bits and pieces in this game, such as recognizing that her Q is a threat, recognizing that her E has more distance than I once anticipated, the existence of her mere flash in the first place, the existence of her R on a lower cooldown than I think, especially with her building first Malignance first. It's like, conceptually, I'm working on a lot of small pieces, and my brain is trying to rewire itself to be like, all these parts, every single part of them, matters all at the same time to get a big picture. And that's just one champion. Like, I'm not even taking into account Talon. I'm not taking into account Trist, Braum and his wards, Jax and his potential to TP. Like, there's so many moving pieces, and I'm really just struggling on Ahri has a Q and I need to dodge it. And I don't say this from a place of judgment. I say this from a place of, this is a learning experience. We are reactivating our brain. That bastard Braum could see me the whole time. I knew they had a ward eventually, but yeah, like, just noticing that Braum exists in the first place, and I need to always track his exact pathing and walking so I always know where their wards are, was a concept that I was trying to remember this game. Because if you press tab and you track all the characters who have the potential to ward, which is literally just Jax and Braum, and Jax's top lane with a ward score of was 8 2 seconds ago, now is 10. It's like the only one that wards for them is Braum. So all I need to do is understand that there's only 5 moving pieces other than, like, in this game specifically, there's only 5 moving pieces on their team. The more pieces that we can visualize, that Grub was such a paid agent. Look at him. Or paid actor. That's fucked up. Oh, that Ghost was good. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying attention. That Ghost saved me. I'm gonna rewind. I don't care. I didn't get to see my Ghost that I was actually proud of this game. Okay. Sorry. I didn't get to watch that. I was too busy monologuing. Watch this shit. Assessing danger distance, Ghost. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about this whole game. Is I said that E travels at a different speed than I am remembering it to be, and at a different rate, and at a different distance. And I need to adjust myself mentally to that. And I did, and I'm super proud of me. That's a good game for me. Like, yeah, we're 0-6, and I'm gonna state that this was a good game for me. Okay, we are going to make some decisions per second here. So, my Yorick Brain turns on right here and says, oh shit, we have a Herald in the bot lane. If I reset now, I could come back to the wave. It will hit waves before I get there, so it'll slow itself down. I could go exactly back to that Herald, write it into the bot lane tower, take bot lane, then write it into the mid lane tower. That's what Yorick Brain is saying right now. But I see Jax start to TP, and right here, we see me go, oh shit, I need to change plans now. So I make a decision, which is something. Sometimes I don't. But I'm here for this fight. And Talon's behind. He just got kicked off by that dragon. But I flash as soon as I feel threatened at all, because I don't want to waste any of my HP. Jax dies. That was a good R by me over there. I blocked the fact that if he did have a ward, he could jump out. And I R'd the ward distance. I am getting preemptive and predictive with my Rs right now. We're going to see me actually make a good play this game. So I'm Ring over there, making sure she can't E. She does E, and I predictively kill her. Talon jumps. I see his E go off, and I kill him. I wouldn't say that was too predictive, but I made a play. and I said, wow, this game is winnable. I just need to lock in. We lose. Spoiler alert. Um, spoiler alert. She, at this point, doesn't really need to hit anything. She could just hit W and autos, and I would die. And that's just something I gotta recognize, is that there is danger distance for her at this point is literally being on the map and being visible. So, like, imagine a Nocturne is on the map, and I'm bot lane. It's like, the danger distances a Nocturne are, and the same scenario is applicable to that Ahri there. Imagine she wasn't on my screen, and she spent 3 hours just to get onto my screen. She would still have the capacity to probably kill me there. Just because she's Ahri and has the capacity to Q, which speeds her up, or W, or whatever. Anyways, point being is, if she can, she will. If she can, she will. And we need to apply that at the challenger level, which is challengers often. I'm sad that I don't kill her here. Man, sad. We need to apply this at the challenger level, which just means that when you are sitting in lane and you all of a sudden get a pang into your head that says, wow, my lane opponent, if they were a challenger, they could have killed me here, in this way, right now. And if you just update your logs and say, like, oh shit, I'm weak to my opponent just fucking being better, then just do the right thing. And sometimes your opponents suck, and you need to also do the right thing, which means you need to update your logs to say these good options that they're not seeing is an indicator that they suck, and I need to abuse them in X, Y, and Z way. And you could profile your opponent like this, and like everybody has a different skill for why they're at a high rank. If you're considering Diamond High, which I'm not right now, because look at my gameplay here. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is everybody has a reason for being at that rank. It could be their 1v1 skill. It could be their smite steals and capacity to always be at an objective. On reset too. It could just be the reset skill. Like, that's huge as a support player or anyone with wave management. It's understanding when, where, and why to reset is important. Now, this monologue's turning into something. Some people have all of them, but you collect these badges, these skills like badges, as you get higher and higher rank. And as you get higher and higher rank, you understand that that's so sad. I should have done a deeper R. He doesn't kill me there, but that's so sad. Ugh, that was saddening. He doesn't kill me. I guess I got off scot-free, but it's like, damn. Alright, what else do we want to talk about this game? What was the point of the thing that I just said? Hold on, let me go through my logs. Alright. Categorizing somebody's set of skills and understanding where they lack a set of skills is a very important piece and part of the game. If you think of League, actually you don't have to. How I think of League is not only am I against my lane opponent, but I am being offered by my lane opponent the capacity to grow in a certain way, shape, and fashion. And so, nice Ghost Flash, nice Ghost Flash. He can't hop over that wall again, and he doesn't have a flash, so I kind of was cocky there. I didn't know Ahri was there, but, you know. Now, the point that I'm still trying to make and trying to grab myself back to is if you categorize where people are strong and where they're weak, and you just kind of force them into situations where they are weak, and you do that against their whole team, you win the game. if you do that, not only where not only where they as a person are weak, but also their character, then you win the game. And I missed a lot of R's this fight. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, in the top lane, it's very important to like categorize where and what people do. People often get stuck at what a champion does and doesn't do, but I like to think at what a person does and doesn't do. I think that's much better. And we'll probably, I'm not going to say it soon, but we will eventually get to see me upload a game where I win. And those ones are glorious. But I'm not going to allow myself to upload one yet, because right now my victories are by chance mainly. It's like, oh, the stars aligned where I displayed this set of skills at this time frame. I was like, okay. So all my victories are luck right now. Which is, I mean, that's okay. It's appreciable, you know. um, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? Ugh, I just walked straight up to that Arya like a dumbass. Brutal. Um, we are in the last 3 minutes of the game. Um, I got. Let's zoom out. Let's actually talk about what I'm thinking in each given moment. When I fucked up my flash all the way at the beginning of this game, let's talk about what I was thinking. I was actually just recalling a memory of something that a dream that I had forever ago, and I was like, "Whoa, that's so interesting." My eyes, like, I had no consciousness through my visual inputs, and then I just pressed flash because my hand wasn't on the right spot on the keyboard. But let's talk about where else my brain was this game. I got that double kill in bot lane with 2 shutdowns, and I said, wow, this game is winnable. And then I said, wow, I'm proud of myself for displaying some things. And at that moment, I kind of resigned myself to losing this game because I stated, I am proud enough of what I've done thus far. And I'm not saying you can't say you're proud enough and call it there, but I am also saying, like, I'm here to focus the fuck up. And let's leave all my proudness, all those moments where I dedicate any of my um, mental imagery and mental work and any of that, let's leave that for later. Let's check my baggage at the door, you know? And I'm kind of saying that to myself right now. Is just, I think that I die here, which sucks. Wait, do I not? I survived twice from him. That talent fucked up. Does he have Ignite up? No. Huh. Ghost was a banging spell this game. If only I, won, did good, whatever. um. Anyways, I would like to just leave some parts and pieces for later. One of those being thoughts that don't serve me in this moment. Um, and that's applicable to every walk of life. It's like, hey, some of these thoughts aren't serving me. And sometimes, like, suffering is good. Like, I'm not going to say negate all of your suffering, don't allow it to happen. I'm saying that you need to triage what you put any energy to in your life. Anyways, let's take that quite literally and go do some dishes in my personal life, because I can't be on League for a whole day again. That was just last night. I had a little League bender, had a fun time. Anyone who listened to every word of this monologue that was so long, um, I'm grateful for you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching some terrible League gameplay, and thank you for learning with me. Peace.